Good morning, class. So today we start with information technology. I want you to turn to page number 4040. Information technology is the name given to the application of computers to store, manipulate, distribute, or create information. So I don't have to explain much in here because you all are computer students and you know how beneficial a computer is in the present scenario. It is used in all aspects of life. In the last few decades, it has completely transformed communication, transportation, industries, health and medical services, science and technology, agriculture, trade and commerce, business, education, entertainment, administrative system. So you name it and it has taken over all aspects of a human being's life. It is not dependent upon any raw material as well as any other factor, but it is a huge industry. Although all advanced countries of the world have developed information technology hubs, the Silicon Valley of US and Bangalore of India are the most prominent. Canada, United Kingdom, France, Israel and China are other major centers. So basically all developed nations of the world are major centers of information technology. Now coming to sugar industry. Sugar is mostly derived from sugarcane. Its juices are extracted and they are boiled and cleaned to produce refined white sugar. The remnants of the sugar canes are called molasses. A sugar mill needs to be situated as close to the field as possible because sugar canes start drying up after harvest. Normally, sugar mills allot coupons to the farmers mentioning dates on which they have to deliver their sugar cane to the mill. This helps the farmers to schedule the harvesting accordingly so that the gap between harvesting and processing is minimized. Thus, it is logical for a sugar industry to be located in the same zone as the sugarcane growing areas. So, not much to explain over here. Just the farmers, they have to make sure that their produce is quickly transported to the sugar mill so that the sugarcane does not dry up. The major producers of sugar in the world are Brazil, India, China, Mexico, and Thailand. Now, we come to the shipbuilding industry. It is a large-scale industry and it is also an ancient industry. Mankind has been using ships since early days. It has a global market. Underline cheap labor, capital, good transport network and ports or docks are the main requirements for the development of this industry. Underline countries with long coastline have an advantage to set up shipbuilding industries. Underline children, China is the biggest shipbuilding nation followed closely by South Korea. Japan ranks third. All this, this particular industry is based on technology. In India also, yes, we are building our ships. The Navy is building their own ships, but they are not as big players as the rest of the countries. Japan ranks third. These three countries are neighbors in the Pacific Ocean. Together, they contribute more than 80% of the shipbuilding works. Philippines is the fourth largest shipbuilding country, followed by Hong Kong. Other important centers are Algeria, Brazil, Mexico, Peru, Austria, Germany, Italy, Netherlands, Egypt, United Kingdom, and Croatia. Children, though these countries are being named in the book, but basically all shipbuilding technology is extensively using information technology in building the ships. They know for navigation and all, they no longer rely on stars. And as far as I know, what I follow in news, so I know that all the major countries, developed and developing nations of the world, are into shipbuilding. Now coming to fishing industry. Fishing again is one of the earliest activities of the human civilization. However, in modern world it has become advanced and complex. Let us see how. Fishing in oceans is done on a gigantic scale. That gigantic means huge scale that includes specially designed boats and ships which are called fish trawlers. So please underline all that. They can catch hundreds of tons of fishes every day and have much larger storage capacities. Apart from fishing, fishes are bred in tanks in special enclosures. Please underline, this type of fish breeding is called pisciculture. Underline this as well. Besides, there are various other steps which involve preserving, storing, processing, transporting and marketing a variety of fish products. All these activities together have taken the shape of an industry. So, refrigerated containers, trucks, a good transport network of roads and all help the fishing industry to develop into a high-tech industry. Now, see commercial fishing being done on a trawler or a fishing boat. Since most of the fishes for commercial fishing comes from the oceans, it is logical that most of these fishing frames should be set up on or near the sea coast. Fishing frames means processing units. More than 70% of the world's fish catch comes from the Pacific Ocean. The reason being, the fishing grounds come under the temperate zone as the availability of plankton, the food of and for fishes is maximum in this region. This is the area where the cold and the warm currents meet and they are good for the growth of plankton which grows naturally in this region. Now, the first 10 countries with large-scale commercial fishing grounds are China, Indonesia, US, India, Russia, Japan, Peru, Vietnam, Myanmar and Norway. Now coming to the automobile industry. Automobile industry is a large-scale, capital-based, integrated plant operated with more sophisticated machineries and skilled workforce. The manufacturing, sale and servicing of automobiles have become the key element of industrial economy of any country. Though it is basically a mineral-based industry where steel is the main raw material needed, it is also dependent upon textiles for its internal accessories, rubber industry for its wheels, glass for window shields and many other small-scale industries for its overall assembles. Now the smaller parts, spare parts which are used in making of a vehicle, they are produced in not large scale industries but small scale industries, and these vendors, they supply different kinds of parts to the automobile industries. Even leather is used for upholstering of seats and all high-end luxury cars. They use leather. They do not use any cotton or any other textile for their upholstery. The United States of America used to produce more than 80% of automobiles of the world in the early 20th century. Then the automobile industry grew in leaps and bounds in Japan, which became the largest producer, not just four-wheelers but two-wheelers as well. The location of automobile industry is mostly driven by the availability of technology, capital and market. So these days, because of the corona, there is a slump in the market, but the automobile industry has always been on the rise. In 2016, 72 million cars were produced. China is the leading automobile producer of the world at present. The top 10 producers as per their ranking are China, US, Japan, Germany, India, South Korea, Mexico, Spain, Canada and Brazil. Now industrial pollution, we'll take it up in the next video. As of now, I want you to give this chapter a thorough study and start learning all the various details and information given over there. This is an important chapter and it will help you in your senior classes as well. Anything which you have not understood, please mark it down and we'll discuss it when the school reopens. Thank you.